Hey everybody, welcome back to Big Mike's Garage. We're out at Dad's garage tonight, obviously, where we do most of our work a lot of times. So I guess maybe we should call it Dad's garage. I don't know. Eventually we'll do some stuff at Big Mike's garage. Anyway, we're back on Dad's 69 Chevelle that I call the Gold Dust Chevelle that was, parked under a carport and all that stuff. Start with promises from the last video. Didn't make it out to the cruise out in Ohio at Bob McVeigh's place. It was going to rain both Saturday and Sunday, so I decided to stay home and go to the track instead. So stayed home and went to the track, did some testing on Thursday night. Our local track has sticky Thursdays on Thursday nights. Took the Malibu out there and then also went on Sunday. So put a new torque converter in that and been trying to test that out and see how I'm going to like it. But anyway, back to the Chevelle. Well, Dad's been working hard on the Chevelle. He got some new shoes on her. He got the Cooper Cobras, of course. Gotta have the Coopers. Pro tip, Coopers, they hook up pretty good on the street, and I'm gonna tell you, they wear like iron, really, for burnouts and things like that. BF Goodrich, not so much. They look a little cooler, I'll admit, but the way they wear off is not so good. Well, he's been cleaning on the interior. Oh, I see he's got a fancy floor mat in there now. Maybe that was in there already. Original, I don't know. The carpet's new, though. He's been fighting with wiring. Brake lights aren't working right now. Probably just gremlins of an old car. I think once we take it out and drive it around some more, she'll wake right up and come back to life. But today, it wasn't running the greatest, and he put a new distributor cap on it. That helped quite a bit, but the carburetor really needed to come off and be worked on. So he brought the carburetor into me the other day, and I rebuilt it and soaked it in the juice. I got one of those cans of juice I soak it in, and just went through and put new gaskets in and everything. I mean, it's whatever it is, a Rochester 2-barrel. I think they're 500 CFM. I think they circle track race them a lot, but I rebuilt them a couple times before, so no big deal. I didn't have the ambition to tape it, so sorry about that, but oh well, life is full of disappointments. So anyway, I brought the carburetor out to Dad tonight, and I got it rebuilt after work. I was too tired last night to put it back together, and he's putting the carburetor on right now, and then we're going to see how she runs. So there might be a test drive on this video. I know I promised one on the next video, so we'll see. Let's go over and check and see what the carburetor looks like. All right, Dad's bolting the carburetor on. As you can see, regular old Rochester. I think it's a Rochester 2-barrel. I'm not sure. Dad, you got the choke rod, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There.
I mean the rod that goes. Is that it, right? Oh, okay. So we got the choke rod. The only thing I didn't remember was that piece of vacuum line to go right here.
Oh boy.
Between the choke pull off and the. I know, it's going to be a major tragedy. Dad doesn't want to be on the video, so you might see his hands, but that's it. And then we got to tighten up the fitting. Was there a gasket that goes behind this, Dad? Or a filter that goes behind here?
Remember the white one I was showing you?
No, that's a gasket. I'm talking about a filter. Is there a filter that goes behind it?
Supposed to be.
I used the metal gasket that it came with in the kit. So we got to just tighten that up a little bit. Do you have a filter? Or?
No.
Okay, so we're just going to not. But we got, always when you're redoing an old car like this, always use these clear plastic filters. Put them down there somewhere. Make sure they're away from the heat. Don't ever use those screw together glass ones because they're just garbage. And if they leak, it's not going to be good. So yeah, new cap and rotor. And new coil, I think, too. So we got new belts. Everything's looking good. So I think this old girl's going to fire right up, and she's going to run really good with the freshly rebuilt on carburetor. I mean, look how shiny that thing is. It's nice. I set the idle screws at a 1.5 out, which is just kind of the generic setting that, works pretty well, seems like. So we'll see how that works. But I will bring you back for the big fire up.
More than
All right, here we are back on the old Chevelle. We're going to squirt some gas down the carburetor and then see if we can't get her to fire. All right, since we just rebuilt the carburetor and there's no gas in it really, we're going to juice her up with the old Juice-O-Matic here. What we're going to do is just, you can do this with any carburetors, fill up from the vent tube. I think that's where the vent is on this carburetor. I don't really know. Then we're going to slobber some gas down it so she fires. And it should be fine. Go ahead and start it, Dad. Keep going. What we're watching for is if the float fills up without overflowing the float bowl all over the place, the vent. So we're just watching for that. Go ahead, Dad. Now, I was kind of lazy on this carburetor and I used the old needle and seat because I wanted the float to just be set to the right spot. You gotta watch the leaks. If this is leaking, or that's where I dripped. It's gonna be cold, obviously. You got the timing set on it, Dad, or? Oh, okay. It's just kind of where it's the best right now, or what? So it's running. It's kind of shaky though. Not the greatest. Could still have rings that aren't fully like released from their bond on the pistons or from sitting, who knows. She's definitely got an accelerator pump now though, because before when you would pump it, it would just die right away, and now you can see it. See, it doesn't fall on its face, it wants to go, so let's get it warmed up. And you've messed with the timing back and forth a little bit, huh? That's where it's happy. You want to just take it for a drive up and down the driveway and see what happens?
Yeah, it
It doesn't look like it. I don't see anything leaking. Seems to be running good. The choke's not working, but these old spring chokes are kind of cantankerous. I don't know. So you'd have to go step on the gas in there a little bit once. We'll see if the choke works, yeah. Okay, let go now. See, now it's on high idle. If the choke was working right, that's how it would be, but we gotta, the choke's go off on these is that little goofy spring, so we'll have to get that working better. Or just put a manual choke on it. Sounds a little exhaust leaky over here. Go ahead and hit the throttle a little bit, Dad, let it come back. I don't think it needs that choke. Yeah, we don't want that. Better off without the choke, honestly. Alright, well, we're going to try to go for a little drive. Alright, almost missed it. Maiden voyage out of the garage. Dad's going to take her up and down the driveway a couple times, just kind of see how she is. Oh, we got headlights. Got all new headlights, I think. Listen to that single exhaust and that two barrel. Ooh, that is a pretty car though. Oh yeah. '69 Chevelles, I'm telling you. They're nice. Oh boy, that didn't sound good. The brakes were working. I didn't hear a crash. What do you think's going to happen when he comes back? He's not calling me for help yet. Darker out than it looks. I think the phone makes it look a little less dark. Here he comes. Let's see. I don't want to make myself real big. I think he's coming. Maybe. Maybe I should go chase after him. It's got manual brakes and we bled them all, so it should be fine. Dad, you okay? I'm going to be really super disappointed if he went for the first ride around without me. Because that'd be pretty, disappointing after all this. All right, well, it's kind of awkward standing here waiting, so let's take a look at the Malibu, and I'll tell you a little bit about it, but we'll probably talk more about it. There's earlier videos, like from a year ago, 2 years ago. Yeah, so like I said before, 1980 Malibu, Landau, color Ron Burgundy, just because of the Landau part. Got some goodies going on in there. Just put the 4L80 in it this year, so it's got the reverse manual valve body, so I had to put a special shifter in there. Got the old trans brake hooked up now, and the two-step and all that good stuff. So we're highfalutin here. We're full on drag race with the Malibu street car, but she's pretty good. Did pretty good at the track. Ran a little bit faster. Got a personal best and a personal best 60 foot. So, all right, now I'm getting a little bit worried because he just drove off. I don't know what the heck's going on here. I wouldn't have thought he would have just drove off without me and not let me go on the first test ride. That's really super disappointing. All right, I'll be back. Oh, here he comes. Looks like he just went for a big test ride without me. Who even does that? I guess we'll see how it runs. Now he's going to be in the video even though he doesn't want to. That's his fault for going without me. How'd it run? Wow, 3. You left without me. You did it. You left without me.
Need somebody to come with the tow truck.
Oh, Jesus. Mom's in the house. See how she's running now. Not bad. A little smoother. That's response. She's running good. You got a flat blade screwdriver then? Oh, we're going to time it now. Okay. I guess we're going to go ahead and hook up the dwell meter. Set the dwell and time it and all that happy stuff. So when you got a points distributor, you really need to set the dwell angle first before you time it, because changing the dwell angle will change your timing. So we'll get this hooked up. If you come over here and look at it, you see the dwell is, where is it at? About 20, dwell's on the bottom, about 28. 26, 7, what's it supposed to be, Dad? 28 to 32. You got the little Allen wrench? So a lot of people, you can adjust your points and get them initially set with the, like a feeler gauge up in the distributor, but once you get them running, if you want to really get her tuned good, this is what you got to do. He's going to adjust that. We're going to watch this. None of it helps to be able to watch that while you're turning. Why not just set it right at 30 then, right? He's aiming for 30. RPM's about not eight something. That seems pretty good. Now we can put the timing light on and see where it's at. You got the timing light or what?
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing now? Adjusting the idle?
A little bit.
Oh, he's slowing it down a little bit. What do you want it to be? 800?
7. Where we at?
It's gonna die when you put it in gear, isn't it?
Dragging me down the road like
When
a
it's
383.
cold? Oh, okay.
What is it?
It's over 8. Now it's below 8. Yeah, but you don't want it to be limping when it's cold. Alright, so now he's going to set up the timing light here, and we'll see what the timing looks like. I like using a dial back timing light, it works a lot better. Basically what you can do is you can see it once he gets it plugged in, but you can adjust the timing and then just basically adjust it to 0 on your pointer. You want to disconnect the vacuum advance. So let's see, actually let's show what this is. So we got to get to where we are with the mark. So at idle right now with the vacuum advance, you see how it's down there? I don't know if you can see that very well. So basically get the mark to be at 0, but then this. So we got 49 degrees of timing with the vacuum advance. That's a lot. So go ahead and disconnect that and plug it. Place runs a lot better now. But this thing should have probably about, back in the day they would have like 18 degrees. You got way too much timing. Got her tightened down real tight. So basically he's got to go clockwise. Basically he's got to go clockwise to reduce the timing a little bit. And you can see, hopefully you can see that, I can't tell on the phone, if you can see the white dot there by the 0. That's a mark we put on the balancer with a marker, so you can see it real well. And then if I adjust this up and down, you can see, right now it's off, but to use a dial back, you want it right on the 0 there. Alright, Dad's going to loosen up the hold down a little bit so you can adjust the timing. That's kind of a trick. You always want to leave that when you've got a car like this that you're just messing with. You want to leave the distributor just a little hair loose so you can reach over and grab it and move it if you need to. Just a minute. You're at 7 now, so maybe just give it a little bit more. Stop. Now you're at 19. Now you're at 14. Now you're at 11. We're just kind of going by factory specs. Okay, that's 9. Perfect. Actually, it's 8. Perfect. Lock her down. 600 RPMs. And he was messing with the idle speed. You really gotta want to wait until you get her tuned to do that. Get the timing tuned in, because the timing will affect the idle speed quite a bit. Okay, so now that we got that going on, we can plug the vacuum advance back in, and then we'll get a flat blade screwdriver and we can mess with the mixture screws. And what we'll want to do is find the spot where the mixture screws are turned in the most clean and that they have the highest RPM on the little tack here. So watch what happens when he plugs that vacuum advance back in. The RPMs are going to jump up. There you go. They went from 6 something to 8. All right, so what we're gonna do is, these are the idle mixture screws down here. Kind of hard to see them. But basically I've got them turned all the way in and then a turn and a half out. That's kind of a pretty good standard setting. I can't really hold the phone and do this. So I'm just gonna do it, but basically what I'm gonna do, well, maybe I can, I don't know. I'm just gonna hold it over here. So what we're gonna do is just turn these in, like say a half a turn. See what happens. All right, well, we got something new, new but not new. The fuel screws really don't seem to do anything on this carburetor right now. I don't know if I missed something putting it back together, but Dad said they weren't doing anything before either, so you can turn them all the way in and that should just shut the car right off. So not sure if it's got an internal fuel leak or something or what the heck's going on with that, but we'll figure that out. But I think we're probably gonna, maybe Dad's gonna take me for a ride now. Taking me for a ride, Dad? Okay, talked him into it. Let's get the, we'll get the timing light disconnected and everything, we'll go for a ride. All right, here we go, boys. First test drive, at least for me. Some people have already been on the test drive. Names. We don't have dash lights though, huh? You need me to hold that? All right.
I'm in the...
We're still working on a few things on the car, but we got headlights, so that's a big bonus.
Especially at night.
All right, so I'm just going to hold that so we can see the gauges. So you're going to test the brakes before we get to the end of the driveway? I guess that's what the big squeal was. He said the left front brake is kind of grabbing.
I don't need the light.
Okay, he doesn't need the light anymore. I can turn that off. It's not loosening up or anything, huh? Oof, that's grabbing. So you probably just need to adjust those down a little bit, huh? Loosen up the shoes a little bit.
No, I'd adjust the other 3 up.
Oh, adjust the other 3 up, okay. All right. Here we go. This spot down here is where all the deer jump out, so I'm sure Dad's gonna slow down for that.
That's why we bought insurance.
Yeah, that's why he bought insurance.
80,000.
Oh boy. Now he's trying to hit deer. I don't think a deer is gonna total it out though, Dad. He's just gonna make it not a lot of fun. He's thinking about selling the Chevelle once we get it all tuned up and running and stuff. So if you're interested in the 69 Chevelle, this is a pretty damn nice one. I think it's, have you rolled 32,000 original miles yet, or is it still 31?
31.
No, oh, we just missed a bunch. I wasn't recording, we were driving around. Garage smells like burning oil and like, you know, I don't know. You know that smell of a car that hasn't run for a long time? We're gonna go for another test drive?
I was thinking about sweeping the floor.
Oh, he's gonna sweep the floor, all right. All right, well.
You can drive it.
Over and out on the 70 Chevelle. Okay, maybe I'll take it for a test drive. I'm not gonna film while I test drive it though. Let's see if I fit behind the steering wheel. I'm kind of big. All right, well, Dad let me take her for my own test drive. The high beams work. That's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. She actually runs pretty good, and there's more room in this thing than I thought there was. Kind of low on belly space, but that's all right. I'm working on the belly, so that's getting smaller. But no, I was thinking originally it didn't have much leg room, but I think I could see myself in a Chevelle now. Probably can't afford one, but can see myself in it. Well, that's from the Malibu earlier, I think. But yeah, those non-power brakes, yeah, you can definitely tell that. Pedal seems really high to me, but Maybe that's just the way it is. All right, let's go down here. We're going to go across the highway and then go down to the next road, and then we'll turn around. Pretty uneventful, really, actually. All right, Dad didn't do a burnout, but I'm going to see if, will it do it with the brakes? No, she ain't got it. Not even a power breaker. There's second. This must have the really long gears. Made it into second gear, but I think that's good enough. I know he's got insurance now, but I don't want to wind up paying for that. So we'll get turned around and I'm going to head back and then we'll do a little wrap up. All right, everybody, we're back after the test drive. Chevelle is good. I mean, it's like the polar opposite of that Trans Am we worked on and got running. This thing is actually good. Nice car. So we're going to keep tuning on it and, you know, making it run just a little bit better. I think we're going to adjust the valves just for the heck of it, see if that makes the idle a little smoother. And then I got to look into why the fuel screws or the idle screws in the front don't do anything when you turn them in, because you can turn them almost all the way in and nothing happens. Car keeps running the same. So something isn't right in there, but my dad says it was that way before I rebuilt the carburetor too, so not sure. I do know also though that the car was set up for ported vacuum on the vacuum advance before, and I hooked it up to manifold, which I always like better. Doesn't necessarily work better with stock stuff though, because I don't mess with stock stuff very much, stock engines, so maybe we'll try that. I don't think that's going to have any effect on the fuel screws, but it'll have effect on the timing and the idle speed and things like that. So I'll look into it and we'll do more on that. That'll have to be on the next show or whatever. So, all right. Yeah, the old Chevelle, not too shabby. See you later.